as you can tell, it's 5:26 a.m. We're about to leave to go to the bus, or van actually, and take off to Louisiana with the team. Yeah, first college tournament of the spring season. As you can tell, I'm extremely tired, so I'm not gonna really get excited for the camera when I'm not actually. So, yeah. All right, update for you folks. We have made it to Louisiana. First experience, not ideal at all. So we got put in this motel and we are on the second floor. And for those of you who do not know, I don't know the room, but I'll grab his clubs.
Okay.
And I'll just bring them up there. So bottom line, we got put on a smoking floor. And it reeks of weed and cigarettes, and it's just not ideal. But I'm not gonna really complain. The weather is amazing down here. It feels like it's about 75 degrees and breezy, and there's not gonna be much wind when the tournament starts. Practice round tomorrow. I'm gonna try and film as much as I possibly can, guys. You guys know that being in college and playing in an actual tournament leads you to not be able to film as much, but nonetheless, I'm gonna vlog as much as I can and show you guys like the behind the scenes. It was roughly a 9.5 hour drive down here. So that's that. I'm not really sure what we're about to do. I'm pretty sure though, if I had to guess, we're gonna hit balls tonight, and then practice round tomorrow, round 1 and round 2 the next 2 days. So that's the plan. Yeah. Okay, I can barely breathe. I mean, that's literally how bad it is. Oh, not ideal, but this is our floor. All right, guys, let's dive right into some commentary. You know, this range session actually went really well. This is 2 days before my actual tournament round. This is a day before the practice round actually started. Now in this range session, I want to give you guys some disclaimers before we go forward with the video. If you came here to watch the tournament footage, which by the way, my parents were so awesome and they ended up coming down to Louisiana. They got to take a couple days of vacation and they actually recorded. So I got some footage for the YouTube channel, and even though it wasn't the greatest footage, actually most of all of it was pretty terrible as far as golf shots goes, not the actual filming. But all things considered, I'm just really grateful they got to film me, so big shout out to the parents. But if you came here for that footage and the tournament footage and tournament analysis, that is going to be at about the 6-minute mark. But as we're kind of reviewing this range session, I was working on the same old tempo, down and through the ball. The only issue is I'm actually reviewing it with you guys. I'm watching my swings as I'm giving the commentary. And one of the things I'm noticing is that actually my swing looks a lot different, especially from then until now. My swing has changed a lot, in a good way, especially now, because I'm actually recording this audio and editing this video about 2 weeks after this first tournament took place. And right now I'm actually playing a lot better than I did in this tournament, just so you guys know. That's one of those disclaimers again. But yeah, my swing just looks a lot different, and I actually ended up tweaking my back while I was at this tournament, and not in a good way because it still hasn't healed. I'll talk about that a lot more throughout the tournament footage analysis, so don't worry, I'm not going to really elaborate right now. But yeah, just working on down and through. You guys know the same old driver here. I was actually throughout this whole tournament absolutely smashing my driver. So yeah, there you have it. Little range session. Nothing much here. Just trying to put some of my shots so you guys can kind of see the progress throughout this whole entire vlog and trip to Louisiana. Yep. Okay, so a couple things. I know this vlog is skipping around, and yes, my hair is extremely crazy, and now you can probably tell that I actually am sick based off of my voice. Maybe not. But bottom line, yesterday we went to the range. As you guys saw, that was kind of the travel day. I didn't really want to film that much, and today I'm not going to really film a whole ton, but it is the practice round day. It's currently, let's see, it's currently 9:25. We have to leave at 9:30, so I'm about to have to get downstairs. So yeah, practice round today, range session, all that stuff, tournament tomorrow. As you can tell, I'm a little sick, woke up, throat was killing me, but nonetheless, we're still gonna play in this tournament and hopefully play well. Yeah, I don't really know how I'm gonna film today because I forgot the tripod. That was not a good thing. But nonetheless, club's here. I think it's about time for us to get down to the van and go to the course. I know this vlog is skipping all around and I apologize for that. It's just not, can't really make a timeline vlog throughout this trip. It's so hard filming while you're on the road. I've already explained that. I haven't even edited anything in like the last week, so I'll get to that and all that jazz hopefully soon, but nonetheless, let's go. All right, so I made it to the course, guys. I just had my range session. I didn't record it. There's a lot of teams here and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go play the practice round and then we'll talk a little after. Let's get into the tournament section of the video. I actually just woke up. This is obviously 2 weeks after my tournament or so. I think, give or take, it's around 2 weeks after my tournament. Now, I actually just had my second tournament 2 days ago, and that actually went really well. So, good news there. I actually figured out some things. There was one thing I did in particular. I went back into my videos and I watched when I was playing well, and I saw what I was doing, and then I changed some things in my swing, and then that ended up helping me a couple days ago play some solid rounds. I'm not even going to talk about my second tournament. That's going to be a separate video. But as of now, for the first round, let's kind of discuss it. Let's dive right in. I'm not going to really try and make too many excuses, but I'm going to be honest about what was happening throughout those couple of days. So first off, round 2. We're coming up and I'm feeling alright. One of the things I did notice was my back was kind of hurting. It wasn't that bad. So like round 2, back wasn't that bad. And I was on the range the day before, and I remember, or 2 days before, like the day before the practice round, I remember like taking a through swing and it was like a stutter. Like I took the through swing, like kept going, and I felt like something pinch in my back. Now, it didn't hurt. That was the funny thing, was it like pinched, but I was like, that didn't really hurt at all, and it didn't hurt for that day and the next day. So round 1, I kind of get up there. I was a little nervous, yeah, but like my mentality was actually a lot better than normal, which was great because recently I've been talking to you guys a lot about how my mentality has been pretty rough on the course in tournaments, and I haven't been able to score all that well. Well, round 1, I actually had a pretty good mentality over the ball. I felt like I was going to hit some good shots, and I hit some good shots. Now, I'll discuss score after we're done discussing both rounds. But yeah, I hit some good shots. I hit some good tee shots. I hit some good chips. Let me kind of discuss the greens for you. They're Bermuda. You guys know I don't like Bermuda. I'm not going to make an excuse here either. Just, I guess, the most blunt way of putting it, I didn't putt well. I putted terrible, actually. I think I had upwards of 36 putts both days, which mostly all the time that doesn't happen to me. No excuses there. I just hit terrible putts. Yeah, overall, like practice round, I didn't play well. First round, I obviously didn't play well. I hit some good shots, like I was saying. I made some birdies, but I just made a lot of high numbers. That was my main issue. I didn't hit good chip shots either. Like, once I started, here was what happened in round 1. Once my score started going bad, all of the rest of my game was like, all right, we don't want to, that doesn't want to work anymore. Like it just, I don't know what happened, but when I started hitting the ball bad off the, like, my iron shots and stuff, then like the rest of my game was like, screw you, basically. But I remember one thing perfectly about round 1. I started up and I made bogey, and it wasn't like a bad bogey. I just made a bogey, and then the next one I made par, and I was like, all right, I have a lot of confidence. Well, then the very next one I made triple. So then like mentality 4 over through 3 holes, because that, it just kind of went downhill round 1, and then I'll discuss round 2 here in a second. But overall, round 1 was not ideal. I'm just going to wait for the comments of people telling me how bad I suck. Keep in mind, I did figure it out in the next tournament, so I'm not trying to like cover myself or anything, but it almost feels like, it almost feels bad posting about this tournament. It almost feels like, I don't know, I feel a little uncomfortable actually putting this out there. That's how bad I played. But I'll just go ahead and say it, round 1 I shot 84. Actually not the worst tournament score I've ever shot. And by the way, the title of this video, that's not clickbait. I actually did end up shooting the worst tournament score in round 2 of my entire life in tournaments. So yeah, round 1, 84, it's pretty laughable. Like most of my team didn't play well, not all, but most of my team didn't play well round 1. And 84 just kind of laughed it off. I was like, whatever, I'll do better tomorrow. Okay, then comes the nighttime. Nighttime of after round 1. We're sitting at dinner, and I just start to notice I can't even move my neck at all. Like I was looking over, and I was like, I couldn't move my neck past here, and if I did, it was like the biggest pain just shot right into my neck and my shoulder and my upper back. I started standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, went to the bathroom like 10 times while we were all at dinner. Was kind of embarrassed, but I was like in a lot of pain. I could barely sit down. Heading into round 2, I thought, man, this could be really bad, but I'm not coming all the way down to Louisiana just to withdraw. I mean, we're gonna play no matter what happens to my back. I mean, I'm finishing this tournament. I don't care if I shoot 95. I got a good night's rest, but I could barely sleep on that side. I couldn't sleep on this side. I had to sleep on this side. And I did get a good night's rest, which was good. Then I woke up and I was like, oh no, the back hurts even worse. And it did. And so I started trying to turn. And this is as far as I could turn to. My shoulder couldn't even get under my chin. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad, but we're still gonna play. That's what I was saying. My dad even knew like how bad it hurt, and he was advising me to withdraw, but I was like, dude, you and mom come all the way down here to Louisiana. The last thing I'm gonna do is withdraw from a tournament when you guys drove all the way down here to watch me play. I said, I'm not gonna withdraw. It's not gonna happen. Plus, like, it just hurts you as a person if you withdraw from a tournament. So try and never withdraw from a tournament if you don't have to, guys. Anyway, I took like 4 ibuprofen, I think, which is probably too much. And that was about 45 minutes before the round started, and it didn't help by the time I got to the tee. So I was like, great. And all right, getting right into the round 2, hit my tee shot. Actually somehow hit it pretty good. So I was like happy with that. I think it ended up making par on my first hole actually. Maybe. No, I missed a 3-footer on hole 1, my first hole. I missed a 3-footer and made bogey. So that was not good, but nonetheless I hit 2 good shots. So my second hole, which was hole 16, par 5. I mean, you'll see it right here. I'm gonna play the clips, like, and I'll put it in slow motion. As you can tell, like right here, my backswing's barely getting to the top. Like, not at all. Like, it's not even close to parallel. I'm just super tight at this point. I can barely like turn, which I don't want to make a bunch of excuses, guys. I'm just kind of explaining exactly how I felt in that situation. So I hooked my first one OB and then blocked my second one OB, trying to correct for it. And then I ended up making 10 on my second hole. So right off the bat, I knew, I was like, oh no, this could be bad. And so I just kept playing. Like, I was like, seriously, I was literally like 11 over through like 7 holes, I think. That's how bad it was, guys. Like, I played terrible. I was talking to my dad, something was wrong, because I was like on the tee box like every second trying to like adjust what was going on. They were telling me withdraw, and I said, no, like, guys, I get it. I know like you're worried and all, but seriously, I would rather shoot a 110 than withdraw. By the way, I didn't shoot over 100. Very proud of myself for even shooting in the 90s, actually. So I kept going through. I hit some good shots, actually. After the front 9, I started hitting it really well. After the front 9, I believe I was hitting my drives like actually 320. Pounding my driver, big, huge draw, which wasn't good by all means, because I kind of had to hit a draw. But nonetheless, I was hitting like 320. And I vaguely remember, I get on this par 5, and I hit the driver into the fairway. I have 275, and I take out hybrid and I hit it to 15 feet, par 5. Second shot for eagle. 3-putt for par. Next hole is a par 4 drivable, super tight. You don't want to go for it ever. What do? I go for it. I pull out the 3-wood, 295 to the green. I hit it pin high into the bunker and ended up making bogey. Literally, like, that's the thing. Next hole, par 5. Hit my driver, center of the fairway, 220 out, make bogey. So those stretch of holes as well. Like, after I got through the stage of 9 holes where I was super tight and then I started kind of getting loose, my mentality was not there. Like, even though I got through those 9 holes and I was already loose now, my mentality was not there because I wasn't scoring well, and it led into, you know, even though I was hitting good shots, I couldn't score and I couldn't make putts. That was the issue. I ended up birdieing the next hole, by the way. But all things considered, guys, I don't really want to talk about it too much. I know you guys want deep analysis on most everything that I do in college tournaments. I can't really remember every hole, but what I will say is after that tournament, it was really hard for me to like mentally still be there. I went to the physical trainer appointment with him. He told me not to practice or play for the next over a week. I didn't for the next week until my next tournament, which was not too long ago. Once again, I'm not going to really discuss everything, but I hit the ball the best I ever have my last tournament. I didn't score the best I ever have, but my last tournament I hit it super well, and I'm very happy about that. So all things considered, the back is starting to feel a lot better, and I'm really happy about that. I was actually, this is what's funny, I was getting DMs and messages of kids like saying, wow, you suck, you're terrible, this and that. Like, how do you shoot 84-91 at a course in Louisiana? It's a goat ranch.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
Which all of that's true, right? I make sure not to act like I'm better than I am. It was just funny to kind of see that. Nonetheless, it was a fun trip. Shooting 84-91, I'll say it again, 84-91, 84-91. Love that, more of that. It's an experience. Shooting your worst tournament score, which by the way was 91, the worst score in over 4.5 years before that in a tournament for me is 90. So shooting my worst tournament score was a not fun experience, but knowing that I could come back from that, but don't make it like a public thing to all your playing competitors at that time that my back is hurting and I'm playing bad because my back is hurting, or my heel's hurting, my ankle, whatever it is, my wrist hurting. Don't, like, try not let them know about that. I don't want to say too much, but my last tournament, I'm just very happy with how I hit the ball. My second round, I ended up only missing one fairway, but that's an entirely separate video. I'm just really happy that I hit the ball better than I did in the first tournament. So, guys, everything considered, I don't think I like discussed everything in a very good pattern. We were jumping around in that commentary. It was not very good. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully you did enjoy my first tournament experience, even though I shot 84-91. 84-91. I will say it a lot. And I don't care that you guys know I shot an 84-91. It is what it is, guys. And nonetheless, it was actually a great experience to have that. To like look back and be like, wow, I can shoot a 91. Because if you can take positives away from it and you can take things you need to work on, you'll do better next time, which clearly happened with me. Anybody out there, hopefully this was not a negative commentary. I didn't want to like spew negativity into your life right now. So stay positive. If you're playing bad right now, just know it's going to get better. Try and switch something up. I went back in one of my old videos, watched what I was doing with my swing, switched something, and now I'm hitting it a lot better. So if that's what it takes for you guys, think about that time and be like, okay, let's change it back to that. Whatever it is, just know that you guys can play well if you're not playing well right now. Also, don't let score define like who you are. Like a score, it's a number on a sheet of paper. Anyway, hopefully you guys did have an awesome time watching this video and enjoyed it. I sure did. It was a fun video. It was a fun time in Louisiana. We're going to try and edit this video to where it's actually decent commentary because I was all over the place. Anyway, take it easy, guys, and have a good day. Anything to say to them?